The next morning was slightly challenging, to say the least. How could I explain the situation to Maggie without sounding crazy? We need time off work to solve some family curse problem in Alabama? It sounds like something out of a child's cartoon show. I thought over my words before calling her on the phone. Sitting together at the dining table, I placed the phone on speaker mode so Leslie and I could share the talking. After a few rings resounded, Maggie answered. "Hello? Maggie's Pit Stop. How can I help you?" "Hey Maggie, it's Lenore and Leslie. We have something to ask you," I said, trying to sound distressed. "There's a family crisis I need to resolve." "Is your mama being a bitch to you again?" she inquired, being concerned. Before I could answer, Leslie said quickly.
"Oh yeah, she's being a major bitch. And you know what's real stupid? Lenore has to bail her out of jail, for fuck's sake. Yeah, and I don't understand it, honestly. Because, frankly, if she's gonna be in jail, there ain't no point in Lenore bailing her out. She put herself there."
I glared at him, yet cooperated with the story. "Yes, and she put my aunt in the hospital and is now in a coma," I said, having a hint of regret in my tone. Leslie grinned at me and gave me a thumbs-up gesture. "Oh, is that serious? You can borrow my Winnebago out front." "Thank you so much, Maggie," I exclaimed. "I don't want you using the bus. It's dangerous out there," she said firmly. "Yes, ma'am," I said. "Bitch that before me," she said. We ended the conversation and immediately packed what we needed for the trip.
Yay, road trip. It's gonna be so much fun.
It would be nice to leave the city for a while, but we have to be careful.
Yeah, ain't too worried. Because you can be a badass when you wanna be, Toots.
True. I'm already irritated as it is, and I could take my bad mood out on any thug who wants to hurt us, I said with a smirk. "I would never forgive myself if I were to hurt you," I said softly. Leslie's face became tinged with pink and said,
Really?
"No, I would rather pound the couch cushions instead of your face," I assured him.
Well, thank you for controlling yourself like that,"
he said, blinking his eyes in surprise. "I do not want to become something I hate," I added. Leslie seemed intrigued by me packing a metal baseball bat, a .22 pistol, firecrackers, and knives into a separate duffel bag.
I didn't know you had those. So, you could have offered me if you wanted to.
"Yes, but I was living alone for a long while and needed them for my own protection. Since you are staying with me, I will use them to protect you," I said, zipping up the bag.
Where did you even get those from?
"My dad. He left them behind after the divorce. He might have been an abusive asshole, but at least he left something useful behind," I said, smirking while approaching the closet.
So, it's wrong what they say about guns and everything? You wouldn't shoot me for no reason?
I looked to him in shock and asked, "Why would I do that?" Leslie released a huge sigh in relief and said,
I'm so glad to hear that.
I took a moment to process the context and said flatly, "People kill people, not guns. If that is true, then people would have the same attitudes with knives or bats." He seemed intrigued and assured, then said,
Oh, so it's just a tool to use.
"Yes, and murder is not simple to get away with anymore. You are one of the reasons why I want to avoid jail," I replied, yet having a smile.
If you were a guy, I'd marry you, honey.
His words made me blush, and we returned to packing clothes and other supplies. We left the apartment with our luggage and crossing the street to the Winnebago. Ben had been waiting for us near the vehicle and held out the telltale keys. I took a moment to peek inside. It was a decent RV with a 1980s theme to it. A fairly old thing, but still comfortable with a brown and peach color scheme. It had one tiny bedroom, a kitchen, bathroom, dining table, and couches. The interior had a tropical flower scent by the use of a wax air freshener. Ben passed along Maggie's warnings to take good care of the trailer or she would deduct her pay. The three of us boarded inside. Ben took control of the wheel, and we disembarked upon our mystical journey. Leslie entertained us by singing pop songs by the radio. A few 90s grunge songs made their appearance, and I sang along with those on the impulse. It made me blush when they told me to sing more often in front of them. I could tell that the two are changing me for the better, and feel like that they are the family I never had yet wanted. After at least a half hour had went by, we exited the city and traveled through lush green fields and rolling hills. It was refreshing to see them, and we basked in the beautiful scenery.
It's like I'm in an ASMR video here.
Leslie said in awe, rolling a window down to let the wind hit his face. The real thing is better than any video, I commented, sitting at the dining table, placing my tarot deck on the table.
Hey, do my fortune, Lenny. You know about that sort of luck stuff.
He said excitedly, then joined me at the table. Okay, let's have a look. We should have one for each of us. I like knowing what to expect before going into unknown territory, I said.
That is pretty smart of you, Lenore. Will I get love? Oh, come on, tell me.
Leslie said in a childlike way, bouncing in his seat. I could not help but chuckle and say, You are adorable. Shuffle, let's find out. He had done so. I laid the cards, and we discovered these results. The first card is the Black Cat, an event crossing your path, and it is the Queen of Pentacles. You're having a woman who is motherly, yet has a good business sense, sharing what she has with you.
That would be Lenore and Maggie helping us out.
The next one is walking under a ladder, something you are avoiding in your life, and it is the Two of Pentacles. It's a little bit challenging to go with the flow and juggling with your new life. That things change for a reason.
Well, it is hard to get over both, I could admit that.
Leslie said ruefully, lowering his head. The next one is broken mirror, something you are not seeing correctly. It is the Nine of Wands. You have an iron will and being more aware of things than you used to. You are stronger than you think, I said with a smile.
Oh, shucks. It's true, you do.
The next one is knock on wood, where you are protected. How to protect yourself. It is the Six of Swords. Leaving your bad situation and moving on to something greater is for your own good.
Those cards are scolding me, aren't they? It seems like it, but let her go on.
Cold hands and warm heart. Romantic experiences. That is the Knight of Cups. You have someone who has a crush on you.
Oh, really? Well, who is it?
Leslie said, his face instantly smiling. Ben blushed a deep breath.
You alright? What's wrong? Nothing. Okay, then.
Leslie said, confused, then faced me.
Keep going. This is getting good.
The next one is find a penny and pick it up. Financial advice is the Ace of Swords. And it's saying that you need to be clever at what you do with your money. Can make an impact on others.
Well, I am planning on buying gifts in the future, so I guess it looks good.
The next one is Wishbone, a goal to focus on, is the Knight of Swords, a fierce archetype of being a protective knight in shining armor. You were like that to me the other day.
Oh, nah. I ain't no knight. Well, I disagree. You can be at the right times, Les. Maybe.
The next one is 13 Witches Coven, valuable people in your life. That is the Judgment card. People who give the final verdict and give out rewards or punishments, I said.
It is definitely Lenore who told you to stay with her. You do have a point.
The next one is 13 moons, task to be done. That is the Two of Cups. Is telling you to pursue love elsewhere.
Yes, Mama.
The next one is the 13th floor, something to skip or not need in your life. That is the Sun. I think it's saying that you do not need to show off or be the center of attention to be loved. You shine brightly without acting in that way.
She has a point, you know. You don't need to show off all the time at work to be loved. So I don't need to put on an act either?
Leslie asked, bewildered. We both said the word no in unison. I continued and gave a warning. The next one is bad luck. That is the Five of Cups. It's a warning that if you keep trying to reconnect with Bruce, it will just be a one-sided relationship. Pining over him is not going to help you and will give nothing but bad luck.
Ugh, they keep on scolding me. They're warning you for a reason.
The next one is good luck. That is the Five of Swords. You'll get a victory after playing dirty. You might show some savagery, I said with a chuckle. Leslie showed a devilish smile and said,
I might like that part.
the last one is changing luck, a surprise for you. That is the Seven of Pentacles. You're going to stop and look at what you have done so far and be proud of your work.
Well, I have to say that your readings hit my head like a hammer. Thanks. I can't wait to do the savage part.
Moments later, Ben shouted.
What the fuck?
He slammed the brakes, and which had the trailer come to an abrupt stop. What's wrong? I exclaimed.
Shit. There's dead chickens in the road. It's weird.
He said, being unnerved. He moved the vehicle to the side of the road, and we made a brief stop. Exiting out of the trailer, we ran to see the macabre sight. They were each decapitated hens, laid in a pentagram with their heads placed into the center.
What do you think it means?
Leslie asked, quivering and being frightened, with shaking hands. It could be a warning, I said in a low tone.
Someone knows we're coming, and they laid a curse on us.
Ben said, lowering himself down to examine the gruesome work closer.
Shit. They used asafoetida and black paper. Definitely hexing tools being used here. Lenore, I need you to spit on it.
Ben said and pointed at the ritual mess on the pavement. Okay, I said, not certain of how my saliva would help, but obliged. Once my saliva had made contact with the carcasses, white smoke began to rise, followed by a loud sizzle. Moments later, the chickens began to dissolve to ash, and a lingering smell of rotten eggs drifted into the air. Fortunately, the stench began to fade away from us, and we could smell the fresh air.
Is this because Lenore is some sort of force of goodiness? Yes, in which she's not aware of yet, but we will work on that later tonight.
I began to wonder more about Ben's knowledge of the occult, but had to be patient yet again.
Lenore, come with me.
Ben said firmly, taking me by the hand and leading me inside of the trailer. Why do I have the feeling you're going to explain something very weird to me? I asked, being wary.
Well, for one, you're right about that, Missy. There are things you don't know about yourself. But I need to explain myself first.
I sat at the dining table, and he took a moment to remove the very same book from his luggage and place it on the surface.
What is this all about? I don't like it. First of all, I'm not completely human, and neither is Lenore. It is, how do you say it? Demi-humans like us that are misfits in this world.
He explained, then directed his speech towards me.
Why do you think you always read people like books? Or that people either warm up to you or hate you for no reason? It's because you have an angel soul. Well, mine is more of a demon. It is this light you hold inside of you that agitates these forces of evil. It is why people fear and torment me.
What he said brought my mind to a halt and questioned my logic. I have an angel soul. How can you prove it? I asked, being skeptical.
Touch the book and you'll find out.
I was confused, yet had done so by placing my right palm upon the cover. Soon after I had done so, a sulphuric smoke began to rise from between my fingers. My eyes bulged at the sight and quickly pulled my hand away. "What happened?" I exclaimed.
Holy fucking smokes indeed.
Leslie said and fanned the fumes away with a hand.
Her holy energy had caused friction against the evil in this book. What happens if I touch it?
Leslie asked, placing his palm upon it. A few seconds had passed and there had been no reaction from his hand. "How do you know all this?" I asked, astonished.
Because I have been given back my memories after a bicycle accident when I was a kid. Also allowed me to see things differently, and that is how I knew you were similar.
Since we are on different planes, does this mean we have to be enemies?
Oh, no, it's okay. You're not on my shit list. But you will need my help in learning how to use your powers to fight off these enemies, okay? Then that hermit card is right. Lenore, your tarot is spot on. It is by her angelic abilities that she can use tarot so accurately. But I will teach her how to cast spells that will help her tomorrow. I noticed a convenience store and a gas station up ahead. It's not much, but it'll do.
I would not mind to have a burger from there. I admitted, my stomach growling as if on cue.
Oh, how cute.
Leslie decided to hop behind the wheel and drive to the pit stop. It was a decent place called the Travel Stop and full of tourist trinkets, as well as food and other supplies.
Oh, look, they're selling minty jam and cashew butter.
Is that a cheap price?
They're 50 cents each. That shit is dirt fucking cheap.
He said while showing the items to me. Okay, let's have them with bread, I agreed.
And like Pop-Tarts? Oh, no. No, you ain't having that. The sugar will hurt you. Oh, fine. Aw, you're so cute when you're being fussy.
Suddenly, I felt a hand with an iron grip grab my arm and pull me towards an angry old woman dressed in a pantsuit. Her white hair had been short and curly, while the clothes were light gray. "You're not supposed to be here," she roared. "Who are you?" I shouted, trying to pull away. "You're supposed to be dead and you stole my lover from me," she yelled, tightening her grip. "Are you having a senile moment, lady? Let me go!" I demanded angrily. She released my arm and said, "You look like her, but not her. The little whore had children of him. I knew it." I began to think back on the journal entries, then asked, "Wait, you dated Arthur Van Schnee?" "Yes. He was in an arranged marriage with me, and then he fell for some singer in a club. She stole him from me," the old woman replied. "Well, if he did not have any love for you, then it was better that you did not marry him. You avoided heartbreak and drama," I said, trying to add my logic to the situation. She did not like my statement while growling under her breath, raising a hand to slap me across the face. Before her hand could make contact, I heard the sound of a slap being made and a red handprint form on her cheek. It shocked me for a moment, then smiled a bit after knowing who had done that. "Spectre, you are my guardian ghost." Other old women ran from other aisles to check on their friend, asking her questions of the scenario, but I noticed something else about them. They each had rings with inverted pentagram symbols on their fingers.
These ladies are not good.
"Lenore survives," I heard each woman say with hatred and stern faces.
Oh, shit. Let's get the fuck out of here. We can go to some fast food joint for food.
At this point, my patience wore thin and I decided to yell, "Yes, I am her descendant. Fucking deal with it. I don't give a twinkle-toed fuck about your issues. Take your satanic shit and shove it up your asses." The jilted lover lunged towards me, and Leslie acted quickly to splash hot coffee on her face. We dropped our items on the floor and ran out of the store. We ran back inside the trailer and bolted out of the parking lot. After a few minutes of calming down from the event, we began to laugh like maniacs. Whoa, dude! What a rush! You are savage as fuck! I shouted with glee.
Well, she had it fucking coming. You save my ass and I save yours.
Leslie said while in the driver's seat. Thank you for that, I said with a smile. He found a fast food diner called Hungry Jill's and ordered food from their drive-thru, then decided to park the trailer at the far end of the lot. We had our favorite flavored shakes, raising them into the air as Leslie proposed a toast.
To our journey and hope that we be more savage than we already are.
Oh, yes, I agreed, clicking our paper cups together. After our dinner, I decided to call my grandfather and put our conversation in speaker mode. Hello, Grandpa. Sorry to call you so late, I said.
Did something happen?
I told him about our encounter at the pit stop with the Satanic Sisters, and his reaction was condescending.
Agnes still ain't over her grudge. Sometimes I swear that lady has always been nuts.
Yes, and I lost my temper with her.
No. Don't be ashamed of yourself. You stood your ground, and I'm real proud of you. I protected your grandkids, Silver Fox. Does this mean we could date soon? I gave up on love a long time ago. Oh, that's too bad. I can see who Lenore got a hot temper from. You will see more of it if you don't fuck off.
Let's get to the point here. You know more about this curse than you're leading on. We need more details, please. Okay, from what Grandpa told me, was that Arthur married Lenore at a quick courthouse wedding. Agnes did a ritual to curse the family, and he was surprised that she was still alive, and they tried to break the curse at their house, but failed. Agnes is part of a wacky cult that wants to bring doomsday to Earth, and Arthur had been a part of it too. And Lenore disrupted their plans by her faith charms. And he said that if I could do it successfully, then he would treat me later. I can only say, I'll try my best, Grandpa.
Hey, I know you will, my little fireball. Keep that spunk up. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Make me proud,
he said, then ended the call. Each boy gave me the words of encouragement. I smiled a bit, though I could not help but have my mind be rattled. Curses? Demi-humans? Scandals? Cults? This is getting overwhelming for me to handle.
You should get to bed, Bella,
Leslie said gently. But what about the rest of you? Where will any of you sleep? I asked.
It's fine. We will share since there is plenty of space and the bed is king size. You've been stressed out and you need the extra rest.
Okay, if you're fine with it. Good night, I said, giving him a soft hug, then went to the bedroom. Sitting on the bed, I whispered, Thank you, Spectre, for protecting me again. I felt arms envelop me into a hug and pulled myself back to indicate that he wanted me to lay down, then cooperated.
You are very welcome, my sweet songbird,
his voice said in my ear. I'm glad you did not want to be in that cult anymore, I added.
Oh, no. It was an obligation. The effeminate fellow is correct. You must rest. Allow me to assist you.
He offered. I would love that, I said, blushing lightly. Invisible fingers massaged my scalp and heard him hum an old song I could not place. The treatment was soothing enough where I drifted to sleep, feeling a blanket being lifted on top of me.
May you have sweet dreams, my dear angel,
Were the last words he said while I closed my eyes.